Hello and welcome to the 25th Vinny Talks Yanks. Actually, it's the 26th Vinny Talks Yanks. I'm your host, Vincent LaRose, and today the Yankees pick up another series win. Another win on record day, which again is really nice because makes it a lot easier to record these videos, makes you a lot more happy. So, Yankees played a good series, scored a lot of runs, a lot of clutch hitting this series, which we haven't been getting in the past couple of series, so it's really nice. But, as always, let's start it off with today in Yankees history. So, on this day in 1941, Joe DiMaggio hits a 6-inning blast against the Detroit Tigers, breaking an MLB record for at least one homer in 18 straight contests. This homer also stretched out DiMaggio's 35-game hitting streak to 35 games in his record-breaking 56-game hitting streak, I think it was. So, little cool thing that happened on today in Yankees history. So, next, let's get into the injury moves and roster. So, a couple things have happened that need to be talked about. So, Ryan Yarbrough is placed on the 15-day IL with a right oblique strain. So, obviously, right oblique, especially for pitchers, is a tough thing to come back from, so I would expect him to be out a lot longer than the 15 games. We'll see what happens. It's a tough loss though. And then Marcus Stroman is scheduled to throw a 70-pitch rehab start and should be activated soon after. So my assumption is they brought a kid up. What's his name? I think it's Adam. I have his name down here. Who did they bring up? Alan Winans. So they bring up Alan Winans. Or he's expected to be brought up, I think, tomorrow. He's making tomorrow's start against Cincinnati. But, so Marcus Stroman, anyways, is supposed to make his rehab start. He's going to be activated soon after, so he will likely just replace Yarbrough in that spot, and they'll send that kid back down. And then Yeri De Los Santos has good news, as they don't think his elbow discomfort is anything too concerning after the MRIs. So he should be Boone says he should be good to start throwing sometime soon, which is good to hear. I lost where I was at. Oh, and then next, Luis Hill throws a 20-pitch live batting practice yesterday. Everything looked good. He was in the mid-90s with his fastball, and he should get a rehab assignment starting soon after a couple more live BPs. Luke Weaver is reinstated off the IL. I know he struggled, but Luke Weaver is reinstated off the IL. And then the Yankees bring back Javian Sandridge to the Major League roster. So those are all the moves that have happened in the past couple of days, all the injuries, and everything else is about the same. So let's get right into Game 1. So Game 1, Fried takes the mound as he tries to for the Yankees, as they try to keep winning after a tough stretch. He goes 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. And he has a decent performance, not the Fried performance we're used to watching, but a good enough performance to put the Yankees in a position to win the game, as they end up not doing. But the offense still struggles a little bit. They put up 2 runs. Put up 2 runs on the board in the first inning. Jazz Chisholm gets it started with an RBI single, and then Dominguez hits a sac fly in the first, and then Judge would homer in the third to end the Yankees scoring for the day. So the Yankees only end up scoring 3 today, and 5-3 loss. So, but the bullpen would come in after Fried going from Loizaga, throwing a perfect 7, and then Weaver comes in off the IL. He struggles, gives up 2 runs on a homer and in his return, which is tough. I know he had no rehab start, so he's just being thrown right back into it. It sucks. He still has a sub-2 ERA in the season even after that, so it shows how good Weaver has been. It's gonna happen. Somebody was eventually gonna get to him. Is what it is. He comes off the IL. You can't be too upset. But after Weaver, Hill would take over, getting 1 out, and then Hamilton will finish off the loss, and the Yankees lose 5-3. So, tough game, especially coming after a win, after a tough losing streak. You want to keep it going. The offense, it started off hot in the first, which was nice to see. It seemed like they got back on track. It's just after the Judge homer, they couldn't do anything. But Anyways, Judge continues to be the best player in baseball. He picks up 3 hits today in this game and a homer on his Superman bobblehead night. So that was pretty cool on his bobblehead night. But Fried struggles in the first, settles down, does end up giving up 3 runs in the game, but nothing too crazy. Brings the season ERA up to a 2.05. So he continues to be good, continues to put the Yankees in positions to win. It's just the Yankees' offense still continues to struggle a little bit in this game. And then DJ would go 2 for 4 today, making his playing time situation increasingly more interesting. DJ has not been amazing off the IL, but he's been really good. He's been a lot better than Peraza has been this season. He's been better than any backup infielder or utility infielder we've thrown out there. I don't know what the Yankees do at this point because, DJ has been really good, and I think the focus really should be on getting another guy in the bullpen. A right-handed bat would be amazing. It's just there's not a lot out there to offer, and I really don't want to give up a lot for somebody that won't make that big of a difference. Truthfully, if the Yankees aren't going to go out there and get a big star, I really kind of don't want him. I have trust in DJ now. Even today, I think he goes 0 for today, but, they didn't give him an RBI because it was a Sanchez error. But, he's putting the bat on ball. He's striking out way less than he was before, and he's getting opposite field hits, which is really good to see from DJ. He's playing good defense, so I'm curious on what they're going to do. I know they're rotating him in and out quite often. He's definitely not playing every day. He's getting like 5 out of maybe 7 games a week, maybe 4 out of 7, so, but, We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But let's get right into Game 2, though. So Schmidt would take the mound in Game 2 as the Yankees look to bounce back after Game 1 and pitch to the best game of his career, going 7 innings, giving up no runs, no hits, and striking out 5 while walking 2. He took a no-hitter into the 7th. He pitched phenomenal. He was at over 100 pitches going into the 8th inning, so Boone did decide to take him out. It was a 9-0 game. It was the right decision, smart move. I understand people getting a little bit frustrated. You want to see a guy go after history, but you have to understand in the moment, the guy is 29 years old. Or 27 maybe, but he's had an extensive injury history. He was injured earlier in the season. You cannot lose him right now. Absolutely not. And I understand wanting to go out there and be in the record books, but you also need to understand this. We need this guy a lot more than a lot of Yankees fans think. Losing him will be absolutely devastating. He's been an absolutely phenomenal under 3 ERA for the season. He's just been so good. It'd be really tough to lose him trying to go and make history, and the game we're winning by so much. If he was at 80, maybe even 90 pitches, I see why you let him go out there, but not at 103. That's a career high for him. So, anyways, offense does wake up today. It was a good all-around game. So it was starting off in the first with the Grisham solo shot, followed by a JC solo shot in the second, and then Ben Rice would join the mix with a solo shot of his own. JC would get another RBI, JC Escara, would get another RBI in the third on a sac fly, and Peraza would get a two-run single to put the Yankees up 6-0. Volpe would finally get back in the hit column. He would have a solo homer of his own, and then Rice would pick up another RBI with a triple in the 6th, and then JC would pick up his third RBI of the game, making it a career high for him in the 6th as well, ending the scoring for the Yankees, scoring 9 runs. Bullpen would come in after Schmidt and try to complete the no-hitter, but failing. So Brubaker would come in, just throw the last 2 innings. He only ends up giving up 1 hit, which shouldn't even have been a hit because the umpires missed a check swing call on a really nasty slider in the dirt. But anyways, JT Brubaker makes his season debut, comes in and closes the door for a 9-0 Yankees win. So the Yankees offense wakes up scoring 9 runs and gaining their largest lead since June 11th against the Royals. Even with Judge going 0 for 3, Judge picks up 2 walks this game, but he strikes out twice, going 0 for 3. He doesn't do much this game, but the Yankees offense picks him up, scores 9 runs this game in a much-needed win. It was really fun to watch. As you see, I have a Band-Aid on my finger. I actually almost chopped my finger completely off yesterday, so I was watching this entire game in the ER. So as I was in excruciating amounts of pain, the Yankees decided to score 9 runs, which is really nice to watch and kind of ease my senses a little bit. I'm lucky to still even have my pointer finger at this point. I know it's just a little Band-Aid on here, but my whole hand was wrapped up, and I could have lost the tip of my finger. Thankfully, I didn't, but the Yankees made yesterday much easier as they pick up a 9-0 win. And then another talking point is Volpe finally ends his horrific streak of 0 for 25. He picks up 3 hits yesterday. I know 2 hits weren't much. It was a dribbler. It was a dribbler to third and then a little bloop hit to the right fielder. But he picks up a homer in that game as well. He just looks to get back on track. Boone still gives him the off day even after a 3 hit day. But I still think he needed the rest time. Sit on the 3 hits. Looks good. I know he comes in as a defensive replacement in this game and picks up a walk as well in Game 3, today's game. So seems to be moving on the right track even after I kind of dogged on him. But it's all right. I'd rather be wrong and see him succeed than see him continue to fail. So I have no issues with that. But let's get into Game 3, today's game. Will Warren gets to start as the Yankees try to take their first series win since Boston, losing 3 straight series. Or is it 2 straight series? No, it was 2 straight. It was 2 in a row, but it's all right. It was still a long losing streak. He goes 6.1, giving up 6 hits and 2 runs, finishing with 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. He struggled a little bit in the first inning. But that's I really like seeing that when Will Warren, he struggles to start games, but he really just settles down. He doesn't blow up like he did against the Dodgers a couple starts ago. He just settles. He's been settling down really well, getting control of that fastball, having a really nice changeup and a really nice slider, continuing to go deep into games, which is what the Yankees bullpen really needs right now. So Will Warren has been phenomenal. I know his ERA isn't really great. I know he's given up a decent amount of runs, but regardless of that fact, he's a 5-starter. He's done absolutely amazing with the circumstances he had to come to into this season, and there's not a lot more you can ask of him. I know maybe you want to see him walk a little bit less guys, maybe get a little bit control of his fastball to start the game, but Will Warren has been phenomenal for the Yankees, and it's really nice to see. But anyways, the Yankees offense would struggle this game against Dean Kramer, but would figure out late against the Orioles. Against the Orioles bullpen, but DJ was scouted off the scoring in the second with a strange RBI single. I'll play the clip of it. I'll do the audio and everything. It was so weird. It led to a collision at home with Jazz. His shoe flies off trying to score. I don't even know the catcher's name, but he tries to make a play. Jazz runs into him. He does a spin in the air. Jazz ends up scoring, and that was his first of 2 collisions at the plate this game, which you don't see a lot this day and age with MLB.
Trying to LeMahieu. Of course, he pulls the base hit. Cowser's up with it. They're going to try it with Jazz. Throw. Oh, a collision at the plate. Henley got knocked out. He had to come up the line to field the throw,
But then that would be the only run until the bottom of the 8th, where Jazz picks up a huge 2 RBI triple, and Jazz has just been amazing since coming back from the IL. But he would pick up a huge 2 RBI triple that would give the Yankees the 3-2 lead, and then Chisholm would score on a fielder's choice on a DJ LeMahieu ground ball. So DJ and Jazz are all the offense today. I know they don't give DJ the RBI. It was considered an error by Sanchez, but still, DJ does his job, puts the ball in play when needed. Jazz would end up colliding with Sanchez on this play too, as he was super obviously blocking the plate. He ends up dropping the ball anyways. Chisholm scores after he doesn't score, argues with the umpire. Wells runs in the background, tells him to touch home. He touches home, he ends up being safe. But furthermore, Yankees get the 4-2 win, which is all that matters. Bullpen would continue to be phenomenal after Warren, from going from Hill to Cruz to Williams to finish off the 4-2 win. Williams picks up another save, and Williams continues to stay hot after struggling in the beginning of the season. So, a little note: Jazz stays hot coming off the IL. So since coming off the IL, Jazz has gone 21-60, picks up 11 RBIs and 4 homers, while continuing to play great defense at third base. Comes off the IL, he's asked to move to third. He's told Boone, "I'll move wherever you want. All I want is a ring." And he's done absolutely everything to prove that he's one of the better players in baseball. I know a lot of people have ragged on him since him being, the cover of MLB The Show 24, but I know he hasn't been a superstar or even maybe so a star, but he's been great. You know, Jazz, what I see a lot in common with Jazz and Volpe, where their issue is consistency, where they stay hot for a little bit and then they just fall off the planet. They'll struggle for a little bit. Jazz has run into more injuries than Volpe has, but Jazz, I can't imagine a Yankees team without Jazz. His awesome, presence in the clubhouse, just great attitude, great energy. I love Jazz, man, and I think this is gonna be one of the better trades in the 2010s and 20s for the Yankees, man. In this century, truthfully, man, it's just been an awesome trade. I know we haven't gotten a ring or not anything yet, but it's just, I feel like this trade is going to be remembered for a really long time in Yankees history, and I really hope, I know he has 2 more seasons after this one, but I hope he sticks with us because, he's been great, and he's not been, you just got to show Jazz a lot of love, man. He's one of the better Yankees right now. He's really hot right now, and it's just, I can't even put words together to show my gratitude of even being able to watch a player like Jazz. Even when he was with the Marlins, I loved Jazz. I feel like the Marlins did him really dirty throwing him in the center field. I know he struggled at a short, but he's a really good second baseman, and as we see now, he's a really good third baseman. I love watching Jazz play, and I really hope he can continue to play at this level. But another thing, a little bit of a lesser talking point, I want to talk about the Yankees. The Yankees really need to stay consistent, man. I think a lot of people now we're noticing, but the Rays were creeping up on us for a little bit, and then the 6 straight losses really helped them put them right back in it. They're only a game. They might be 2.5. I'm not. I think they won today, so it might be. Let me check real quick, because this is really important. Like, this race is getting a lot closer than a lot of people realize, and I still think the Yankees won't have too many issues. Rays actually lose today, so we're 2.5 up on them, but still, the Yankees need to stay consistent. Letting teams like the Rays get hot and catch up to us is what will bite us in the butt coming to postseason time. We're obviously likely not going to get that 1 seed, as Detroit is phenomenal. They're 4 games up on us right now, but we need a higher seed. We do not want to be in a wild card series. We want, I know in the past, as the wild card series are now still kind of new, a lot of teams actually struggle going into the division series without playing a wild card series. But last year, Yankees did not struggle at all, and going in, they end up playing the Royals in the division series last year and fixing them up and cleaning them up real quick, going into the championship series against the Guardians and getting in and out of there. I think the Yankees really need to stay out of a wild card series this year, especially with the pitching injuries we've had. It'll be really good to rest some guys, and we all know Judge's struggles in the postseason, so the less games played is the better. So I really think the Yankees, we need to pay attention a little bit more. But Alan Willens. I almost said Williams. Alan Winans. Oh my God, I can't say his name. Alan Winans will get the start tomorrow against Cincinnati. He's gonna make his Yankees MLB debut. He pitched 8 games in the past, over 7 ERA. But this year in the minors, he has 9 starts with a .90 ERA. Pitching 50 innings and only giving up 5 runs and only 1 home run in those 50 innings, which is really nice. He's had 59 strikeouts in those 50 innings as well. He's been dominant in AAA, so it's going to be really cool to see him start. I only think he gets the 1 start, and I'm pretty sure Stroman will be right off the IL after the fact, so just a spot start from a guy. But, a little bit exciting. Just maybe see an arm that we might see in the future. Maybe an arm that we end up calling up later in the season with any other injuries. Maybe a guy that he has a couple games in the bullpen in the minors as well. So a guy that can be a bullpen option. So it's going to be really fun tomorrow as the Yankees go into Cincinnati. But, we'll see how it goes. And then, to end the video, I want to talk about Fernando Cruz. I know Fernando Cruz came off the IL and struggled a little bit, but oh my God, even in the game today, man, it's fun to watch him throw that splitter, man. It's really cool. So he has the highest strikeout percentage in the AL right now. He continues to be dominant. That splitter is nasty. That's one of the nastiest splitters I think I've ever watched. When we traded for Cruz this offseason. A lot of people were like, hey, this guy has a over 4 ERA. What are we doing? We're trading away Trevino, one of our better catchers. First off, the Yankees produce some insanely good catchers, and a lot of them too. But Cruz was a guy we got because last year we had struggled with strikeout percentage. We didn't get a lot of strikeouts in the bullpen, and I feel like that really came back to bite us in the World Series, as we saw. So picking up Cruz was one of those things where it was a Matt Blake masterclass kind of experiment where we could get him in there, get him to work with Matt Blake, and see if Matt Blake can really just turn him into an absolutely dominant guy at the bullpen, which he's done so far. Cruz is amazing. I know he has a little bit struggle with his command at times, but there's nothing more I can ask for him. He's really good, and he's really fun to watch. He came out and dominated the Orioles today. It was a fun watch, and it was at a really much needed time too. First and second, nobody out, comes in and strike out. I think he struck all 3 out, but I'll check real quick. But I'm pretty sure he struck all 3 out. Cruz has just been, he actually gets the win today. Cruz has just been phenomenal, man. And he's another guy just really fun to watch. I really like seeing him come in. Yeah, he strikes out the side coming in after Hill walks the first 2 batters of the inning. In an absolute, just a wonderful spot. But I'm gonna end it there today. This is gonna be my second video in 2 or 3 days probably. I'm gonna try to get this video out tonight, probably tomorrow morning. So it'll be Monday morning right before the Cincinnati series starts. But everybody, thank you for watching. I'm happy the Yankees are winning. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and go Yankees.